Yeah, what's happening, people? 12th man's back. This is London is back. And do you know what? It's another weekend of football. Don is on his way. D's not about tonight. Deji's on his way. It's me and Lawless here. Thought we'd start the show. Thought we'd chat football. Big up to everyone that's here nice and early. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, people. And do you know what? It's mad because it feels like for me, I'm only interested in Champions League. Probably for Don, he's interested in Conference League. Probably for D, he's interested in the FA Cup. And probably for Deji, he's interested in the Europa League. But Lawless, your season's done, bruv. You're not
I'm
really
interested in the end
anymore.
of the league. That's what I'm interested in. May. Give me
of the
to the
league.
end of May. Get me
Done,
there
innit?
now. Do you know what? You're
Done,
saying D's interested in the FA Cup. I don't think he is. I think D's interested in West Ham. I think that's all he's interested in. That's all he wants to talk about. This guy, he is obsessed. He's silent. Like, he remember on the show, he was waxing lyrical about the Palace away record, how brilliant it is. They shipped 10 goals in 2 games away from home to Newcastle, Man City. We didn't hear a peep out of this guy, not a peep, right? Saturday comes, soon as we concede that goal, yeah, this guy's in the group chat after ghosting. He was ghosting the group chat. But because he can hold a little bit of positivity of, oh, we got a point against 10 men Bournemouth. Oh, I can say something now. He wants to get in there. Don't ever chat to me. Like, I said to him, who are you? Who are you? And he's just on it. Like, soon as West Ham say, oh, look, he's obsessed. I haven't heard him mention the FA Cup once. Don brings up the Palace in the FA Cup and then winning it more than D. D don't bring it up because all he wants to talk about is West Ham. We are, as the old cliche goes, rent free. In fact, honestly, I think he should be paying us rent. He should be paying us rent for occupying the space in his mind that we occupy. So he's not here, but I had to say that because it's true. Like, you know what I mean? He's more interested in West Ham now than I am. That's the mad thing.
He loves West Ham, man. He's always talking about West Ham.
Obviously, he's wore a West Ham shirt. We got footage and pictures of him in a West Ham shirt. He just don't want to admit. Like, Don's a secret West Ham fan. D's a secret West Ham fan. They just don't want to admit.
Don and D have got this little brotherhood going on. It's weird.
It's so weird because they've been going at each other's throats for a while, yeah. And then all of a sudden, Don just turned into his little minion. Like, do you know what I mean? He just started being his little minion and like hyping for him. And he's like, yeah, I'm stirring the pot. Like, you're stirring it for your boss, D. Embarrassing. so yeah, like, you know.
It's mad, bro. Listen, big up for the super chat, my bro. Says big up Dan Potts and Lawless. Who made the intro beat? It's one of Don's boys, Degsy. He's a absolute ledge. And do you know what? Sam made the actual film and the footage, so big up to Sam. But the beat was Degsy, man. So big up to him, man. That's one of Don's boys, and he sorted out all the music on my channel actually as it goes now. So yeah, big up to him. Let me talk about West Ham because. My God, your team are one of the worst teams in the Premier League that I've seen this season. And I've just played a bad team in Ipswich. I've seen Southampton who are bad. I've seen Leicester who are bad. But you actually cost me money, Lawless, this weekend because I had West Ham as a given. More for me. In my accumulator, I thought, yeah, West Ham are going to do them. They're rubbish. Everybody beats Southampton at home. It's an easy 3 points. And you boys stunk the place out again, man. What's happening? David Moyes has left and you were all excited. I told you the grass might not be greener. And I also said that David Moyes was one of the best things that's happened to West Ham. And you laughed me out the house and said it was, no, we're moving forward, Potts. Rah, rah, rah. And Lopetegui and Potter have come in and done worse than David Moyes. So what's going on, bruv? Why are you so rubbish?
Let me do a Don. It's because, bro, he brought on Soler and played him in the right half space when everyone knows he should be playing in the left half space, bro. Like, That's usually how it works. Yeah. So this has been coming for a while, and people want to talk about Moyes. And I've said this, like, at this stage, you can't just keep looking at the managers / coaches, because what we are seeing under this West Ham team, we've seen it last season under Moyes, this season under Lopetegui, and now we're seeing it under Potter. That's 3 different managers, the same crap, the same slow build-up, sideways pass. The only difference is with Potter versus Moyes last season and Lopetegui this season is we're not conceding 4s and 5s on a regular basis, right? So he shored up the defense, but it's the team, like, it's the way we've built this squad. I was excited for the players we signed, but when you look at it and you sit back and you look at the bigger picture, yeah, we got some great names on paper, but what we've built in terms of squad is unbalanced and it's slow. It's painfully slow. And I thought, like, Fulkrug, I had so much respect for him in his post-match, because he sat there, he talked about, he was fuming, and he said, like, at the end of the day, we're shit. He's like, it's shit. It's not good enough. It's like, and he said that, and he fully said that. He said it's shit. And he said, like, you have half the team, once you score, half the team going to try and get the second, and then the other half trying to sit back and protect the fucking goal, the 1-0 at home to Southampton. It's a mentality problem with a lot of these players. They're weak and cowardice. That's what they are there. And a lot of them need to be gone. Even some of the ones that we look at, and you might look at and go, some of our best players. It's not good enough. Like Kudus, it's not good enough for him to turn up against Liverpool, to turn up against Arsenal, right? It's just not acceptable. And then you go and drop performances like this against Southampton. Like, I've made excuses for him this season because he does get doubled up on and that. But at the end of the day, if you're a top player, you've got to expect that. You've got to deal with that. And he just doesn't do it on a consistent basis. Paqueta, all the talent in the world, doesn't do it on a consistent basis. I've not seen 5 games in a row from him.
Look, D's here. Wish I could be there. You're lucky I'm busy.
Yeah, I bet you're wishing, innit? Look at him. Look at this guy. Change that fucking logo, to a crossed hammers or something. You're a West Ham fan. Obsessed with us. But yeah, so I don't know what the fuck I was saying now since that clown popped up. But yeah,
Sounds
like,
bad,
so that's what I'm saying. But yeah, Paqueta, like I said, if you can, you know what I mean, do all the tricks and flicks you want. I mean, he puts in tackles and that, but I need to see consistency. So if they go, I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed if they go. There's so much just players in this team now that need to be gone. And a rebuild needs to happen after we needed a rebuild this season. It's just, it's malpractice is what it is by the establishment.
Are you losing your players though? Because let's be real, I think Bowen's the most underrated player in the Premier League. I've got to be honest. I think he's ridiculous. Other than that, man, Kudus, I think he's going to end up saying, see you later, I'll go to Saudi. Paqueta, they're talking about City or elsewhere. I know what's happening. Like,
yeah, but you act like I care. Like I just said, they can go. As long as we get good money.
But you cared last season. You told me they were your 2 best players.
Yeah, because last season, like, Kudus was great last season. But I look at him now, and I'm sorry, when you are supposed to be that level of player, right, one of the best players in the team, you need to stand up. And when your team's not playing well, you need to carry that team. You need to make something happen like Bowen is. Like, you can't expect, like, 11 players to all be on it for you to perform. You know what I mean? Sanchez for Arsenal. Aubameyang for Arsenal, even Ozil when he's early. You have them quality players. Kind of Bowen is for us. Bowen's kind of does that. Payet, when we had him, we could be shit and he would make something happen. Palmer last season for Chelsea. Like, Paqueta and Kudus should be that, but they're not that. And that's why I'm not fussed. Like before, I would have been so pissed. I would have done anything to keep hold of Kudus. And now I just look at it. Now I can see the full thing of the season.
He's been shit this year, hasn't he? He's been shit this
his
year.
numbers are pathetic. His numbers are pathetic. And like I said, I just don't think he has the right mentality for the league. He doesn't have that killer instinct of like, I'm going to turn up. I don't care if it's Man City, Man United, or Leicester or Ipswich. He's one of those players. One of them, like, you know, spotlight players. Oh, the spotlight's on me now. I'm going to turn up. He can't do it on a cold Tuesday night in Stoke. And I don't care what team you are in this league. You do not want a player like that in your team. I don't care if you're Arsenal or you're Liverpool. You want a player that has elite mentality that can put any team to the sword. Isn't going to just turn up for the big games. And right now, he's a just turn up for the big games player. And that's not good enough, man. When you're on that money, you know, so he can go.
Have you been worse? Have you been worse since Declan Rice left for us?
Well, the problem is we haven't replaced him. We haven't replaced, because when you look at the state of our midfield, we haven't got the legs in the midfield, right? He had the legs in our midfield, right? We replaced him with Alvarez, who is a good DM, but he hasn't really got the legs. He hasn't got the end. He can get up the pitch or whatever, but he's mostly, you know, that defensive midfielder protects the. Yeah, we haven't got an engine. What Iron's saying, we have no engine in our midfield, and that's a big problem. So it's not like.
So you have missed him.
Yeah, of course. Well, you miss him because if you don't replace him, you're going to miss him. Yeah, so we do miss him because we haven't replaced him.
How much do we still owe you for Rice?
Listen, right. I would love if you Arsenal fans want to keep doing this, right. I want you to all make a petition, yeah, to Arsenal, to the league, to pay us another 100 million. If you got it for half price, and if you think, oh yeah, or I tell you what you want to do, right? All you Arsenal fans, yeah, if you're like, oh, we owe you more money, put your money where your mouth is. Go and spend it in our club shop. I want you all, or you got enough fans to sit there and spend 100 million quid's worth or 50 million quid's worth on our club shop to put the coffers, money back in our coffers. If you really are about that, yeah, go put your money where your mouth is. Don't keep saying it.
What have you spent this £105 million on? Where's it gone?
Well, it's gone on. I mean, to Debo, he's class. He's class, right? So we got to Debo, and he's one of the players I'm happy with. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we missed him. Class, like, you know, good signing. Kilman, I think he's a good centre back. Jury's fully out him, but for the money, whether he's worth the money. But yeah, what else we say? I mean, we got Soler in. Do you know how fucking fuming I was with that guy, man? We have that clown, Aaron Ramsdale, miles off his line, leaves an open goal. All Soler has to do is smash it in the direction of the goal and you score. What does he do? He turns around and passes the ball backwards. Get him gone. We do not want to be paying £20 million for this guy. This is the problem. Weak players. So he's a loan anyway. We got Rodriguez, which was a freebie, but that was a waste of time.
He's terrible.
Yeah, complete waste of time. We got Somerville, who's been injured for most of the season. So, you know, that's not worked out. Fulkrug, who again I think he's such a good player, man. If he'd been fit this season, I think Lopetegui would still be in the job. Which, you know, that's not necessarily a positive, but he's a very good player. He's a very good player. And yeah, I can't think what else we've signed this season. Really and truly, again, like we've spent money, but we've not spent it wisely. Where's the pace in this team? It's the slowest team in the league. It's slow physically, it's slow mentally. And that's just death. It's so painful to watch. I just sit there like we had Southampton fans singing, "Is it a library?" And I was like, yeah, I'm coming next week. I'm going to bring fucking Great Expectations or something, and I'm going to read it in the fucking stadium because it's more interesting than watching the game. Of course, it's going to be silent. What have we got to cheer for?
Is this the worst? Is this the worst West Ham season for a while?
I was saying this on post-match pod. I think, for me, this is the worst West Ham season that I've ever witnessed.
And who's to blame? Who's to blame for that?
I'd probably say ever. And the blame goes collective. It goes mostly to David Sullivan, David Moyes, Tim Steidten, Julian Lopetegui. And then obviously
David Moyes' fault. Why is it David Moyes' fault?
Well, because he was part of building the squad.
Yeah, but he's gone, bruv. He's gone.
Yes, but what I'm saying is so is Steidten. Steidten's gone. But what I'm saying is
I thought you were excited about Tim Steidten.
Steidten, excellent negotiator, right? Oh, we signed Guilherme for 25 million, who looks like he's going to be a player one day, but not now. But yeah, excellent negotiator. But again, in terms of squad building and what we've got as a whole, he has to take criticism for it because, you're bringing in Mavropanos. Like, what was that signing about? Again, we've got Soler and we've got Rodriguez. We let Ward-Prowse go out on loan, which Ward-Prowse, he can go, personally. But again, why have we not signed any pace for this team? So that's what I'm saying. And we've signed all players. The age of our team is crazy. So many over 30s or near 30s. The average age of our squad is too old. And that starts with Moyes and Sullivan. Then Steidten comes in and continues that trend. And then Lopetegui obviously comes in. And then he gets his players in as well and adds to that. And this is what we're left with. So Moyes has to take criticism. And this is what I'm saying to people. I'm not saying it doesn't mean he's a bad manager, but he signed Danny Ings for fuck's sake.
Let's be real. You're blaming Moyes. You shouldn't be blaming Moyes. Let's be real. This season.
No, they all get blamed. This started last season. This started last season. Right? So let's not sit there and forget last season we was conceding 5s and 6s. You all was fucking going on about it every week
as well too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So what? So because this clown can keep saying that, right? Keep going on about it.
And 3 this season too. The 3 this season, yeah.
He can say that last season, yeah. But Moyes can't get any criticism for it when he was in charge while that was happening.
Not this season. He can't.
No, but what I'm saying is, Potts, the issue is squad building.
Yeah, but you're harsh on Moyes. You're incredibly harsh on Moyes. Incredibly harsh.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Potts. As a neutral fan, as a rival fan, you look at the surface level of league finishes and the trophy win, which are all excellent. I'm not saying he did a bad job, but the problem is you
underappreciated it though, didn't you?
I know. Listen, I appreciate it, but my point was, Potts, I saw this coming. This is why I wanted to change because it wasn't sustainable.
Would you be better with Moyes still in charge though?
I don't think so because last season, Potts, and the squad, unless we would have signed different players, and you can tell me Moyes would have signed younger, quicker players, which he doesn't really have a track record for doing at West Ham, then no. If we would have signed the similar players or we had the same squad but Moyes was in charge, I don't think it's different. Maybe it wouldn't have been Julian Lopetegui, man. Maybe it would be a place or two up, right? We might be a little bit higher, but you can't tell me that all this team needs is Moyes because then you're giving this squad far too much credit. Again, it's a team of individuals, very slow individuals. So what is Moyes supposed to do? What is Potter supposed to do? What's anyone going to do with this? 3 different managers, Potts, same old shit. Only difference is we're not conceding 4s and 5s.
But do you want your owner out? Do you want?
Yeah, of course. But again, and this is the mad thing. Next season, you've got Cole McCauley and Potter in charge of identifying players, and guess who's put himself in charge of negotiating them players? We don't need Tim. We're not even going to replace him. David Sullivan's going back to negotiating our transfer. The porn baron.
Cheers.
The porn baron. the dildo,
All
one
finished,
half of
man.
the
West
dildo
Ham are
brothers.
finished, bro. West Ham are
Cheers, Lawless, man. Cheers,
That's-
cheers, man.
West Ham are just finished, mate. Absolutely finished. West Ham are. I can't even believe that you even put them in the top 5 this season, Lawless. That's what's hilarious. You
His
put them in
headed
the
with
top
a big smile as well. His headed.
It's
Headed with a
context.
big smile.
Context is everything.
You
Context
said
is
that.
everything.
You gave that prediction after you were fucking. What was it? You was even cooking Lopetegui, innit? You was cooking him at the beginning, right? And then you
What?
still made that prediction. You didn't fuck with the manager decision, right? If I remember
Listen,
correctly.
I said I didn't want him.
Yeah.
However,
You're
I
still
was
saying
giving him a
top five.
chance. And then I see how he was moving in the transfer window. And like I said, individual on names, yeah, I was happy with the names we were signed, like Somerville, good sign, Tadibo, Wan-Bissaka, like we made good signings and we strengthened the team. So I'm thinking, boom, like okay, there's a positive shift around. Yeah, I got it wrong. I was
What do
way
you
too
want in the
optimistic.
summer then? What do you want in the summer then, Lawless? Hey, what position? You name all the positions that you need upgrading on, bro.
We need a striker because we're losing Ings and Antonio. Although rumors they're going to give Antonio a new deal. My God.
How is he still at West Ham? I know
How long is this guy going to be at West Ham for?
Honestly, even Creswell. What's going on with Creswell? Creswell's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, Creswell's contract's up. So
only now.
Yeah, only now. Well, I think he got an extension. He might have got an extension. So we need a striker. We need a centre midfielder. We may even need a DM. We need a left winger. And again, it depends who goes. Like if Paqueta and Kudus go, we need to replace those positions. We need a right back because Soufal's going. We probably need another centre back. We need a lot of positions. There's a lot of players. So Soufal, Creswell, Danny Ings, Antonio, their contracts are finished at the end of the season, right? So you get them gone. Then you've got Rodriguez. We're probably going to move on. Soler, he's getting shipped back to PSG. And then we're probably going to we'll try and move on Mavropanos. Ward-Prowse, we'll probably try and move him on, right? That's 8 players so far. If Kudus and Paqueta go, that's 10 players out the door. 10.
You think people are gonna come in for Kudus then? Yeah. How much? You lot might try to outprice him.
Well, he's linked with Saudi.
Saudi.
Do you know what his Saudi release clause is?
How much?
I believe it's about 110 mil or something like that.
There's no way they're gonna pay it.
No, but again, you meet in the middle. I'd take the 80 mil for him or something. Like let him go Saudi.
They just pay it. They pay it one go as well. They don't do the whole
yeah.
Like pay as you pay and pay as you play and that whatever you call it.
Let him go Saudi. Let Paqueta go to Man City and pocket that money. But this is what I'm like. Last season, as D likes to remind us, this season we spent 150 mil. That was supposed to be the big start of the rebuild. Now we need to rebuild again. We need to rebuild after the rebuild.
Sounding like Chelsea, man. You sounded like Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, we're moving like Chelsea.
You're sounding like the club that you like to cook.
I've just listed 10 players that we are potentially going to need to replace.
So what are we not putting any blame on Potter? Because I'm not going to act like I've been watching your games. So you can educate us, right? What Graham Potter takes no blame here? Because when I'm looking at the metrics, only thing I'm really seeing you've improved is your defense, right?
I agree. Potter's not been great. Potter's not been great.
Something has improved, right? He's made an improvement.
He's better than Lopetegui.
You're not getting battered no more. You're not getting battered, but you're struggling to score. You're struggling to score. I don't even see West Ham really creating like that. Like I don't really see Lawless or hear any West Ham fans complaining about like missed chances. Like you're just stale, isn't it? You're just a stale team. That's what it is.
Yeah, because the build-up is so slow. We're very predictable and easy to defend against. And I said this before. I was talking about this before you come on, Don, right? Full crew said in his post-match, like the manager's instructions, the coach's instructions are very clear. But a lot of the players don't seem to want to do it. And a lot of the players, when we score one goal, half of the team want to sit back and defend it, while the other half want to go for the second goal. And
the mentality's all over the place.
The mentality is so wrong. They're just weak, spineless players in this team. that because they've been so used for over a year getting battered 4s and 5s, they're scarred. You know what I mean? They've got PTSD.
They've got
and it's like just protect them. That's what they've been used to doing. No, go for this is Southampton. This is Southampton.
Yeah,
man.
that was beautiful. Leslie as well. Leslie Ogochukwu, crashing it on you, man. That's my guy, man.
Guy, is it? Fuck your
Good
guy.
ball as well. Good ball. Listen, you say you want a DM and that, bro. Listen, hey, we're most likely going to flip it.
A lot of our fans are talking about.
Yeah, bro. I think it'll be a good signing. I think it'll be a good signing for you, lot, bro. Especially in the 4-2-3-1. I think you only get better, bro. He's quick. He's strong. He's tall. He can score goals.
We really missed out on Onana from.
Forget Onana. Listen, Leslie right now is a similar sort of profile to Onana. You're not going to get Onana now, innit? You know what I mean?
No, we're not now. But I'm saying that signing would have made a difference. That would have been the drive and the engine in the midfield that we needed, right? The legs in the midfield.
Your club might be adding to my kitty for the summer, mate. Leslie's going to be high in demand. I think he's getting sold. I don't see a world where we're going to have Santos, Leslie, Asugo, Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo. He's gone. He's getting flipped. He's getting flipped, bro.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, look, and it comes down to it. Potter, like, no one's ever blameless. I'm not going to sit here and say Potter's just his hands are clean because of the state we're in. At the end of the day,
you're happy with him.
Listen, I'm not happy with the results, and I'm happy in terms of I'm giving him a chance. It's not his. This is not his team. He's inherited this slow, weak, unbalanced team, right? He's inherited that. And yeah, as a coach, you need to be making. He's made obviously a positive impact in defense, not so much attack. But because we are so slow, that's the hardest impacts to make because the players aren't quick enough, and also not mentally quick enough to make those passes. They just want to pass backwards because this is the thing with this team. Everyone's so scared to make a mistake, to make a pass, and it don't come off. So they turn around and pass it backwards because, that's the safer thing, rather than try and make the attacking pass and try and make something happen. And that's just death. And that's not. I don't think that's on Potter at this stage. Like,
it sounds like Potter's going through what he went through when he joined Chelsea, bro. Honestly, what you're saying right now is identical to that 12th place finish.
Yeah, he needs
a lot of players that don't want to be at the club anymore. Shit attack.
Don, why is no one talking about West Ham, bro? Like, they're down in 17th or 16th, whatever the hell they are. No one's talking about them.
What do you mean we're talking about it now?
No, but no one cares. Like, everyone's, it's just like, West Ham crap, bro. Who cares? No one cares. They're supposed to be coming sixth, you told me. Now they're down in 17th.
I heard on Match of the Day, yeah, because I watched the highlights of your game, Lulus, and I'm pretty sure they said, right, the last time you got relegated, you had like this level of points or something, or like similar level of points or something mad like that.
Yeah.
Right? You're just lucky that Leicester and fucking Southampton have been so bad, and obviously Ipswich as well, they've been terrible. That's the only reason, bro.
Yeah, but do you know what?
If any of those teams came up and they actually did quite well and stayed in the league, you could have honestly been one of those teams that dropped down and get relegated.
You say we're lucky, Don, right? And when's the last time you've seen a team get relegated on over 30 points? Like, the threshold for relegation now is so low. Like, when we got relegated once on 42 points, and then another time I think it was on like 38 points. That's safety fully. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what I'm saying is, Don, that's season after season. So now, really, if you get to like 30 points, you're safe because the threshold is so low, like season after season. That's just how it is.
That's the point that I'm making, though, because these teams that keep coming up, the quality, the level between Championship and the Prem, it seems to be too much for them, right? Like, when I spoke to Rich the other day, big up Rich, because Potts introduced me to him. He's an Ipswich fan. He was saying that the recruitment wasn't good because they basically bought in the Championship rather than buying from the Prem, right? So they've got to learn from that. Remember when was it Fulham as well? Fulham, they spent all that money, then they went back down again. You know what I mean? Like, Leicester, their recruitment was shit as well in the summer. They went and hired what's his name? The guy that was at Forest. Forgot my man's name. The manager that they hired at Leicester at the beginning, he got sacked.
Steve Cooper.
After you've gone from Maresco to Steve Cooper. Like, dinosaur football, the recruitment was poor. Like, these teams that have come up, they don't help themselves, is the point that I'm making. if they actually do things properly, I was saying to Rich, if you actually go and buy players that are like mid-table Premier League players that aren't going to get much game time, or some players that are good players but they've been relegated, for example, like a Diblin and that, you bring them into your team, that's completely different. But a lot of these guys, they don't do things properly. They don't prepare for the Prem, then they go back down. What I'm saying is, Lawless, is you're lucky that happened, because if they did prepare for the Prem, you would have been, I'm telling you, bro, you would have been in the battle to stay in the league. Yeah.
And you know what the thing is as well, to answer your question as well, Potts, about West Ham being 17th and no one cares. It's the same with Spurs and Man United at this point, because we've been shit for so long, and it's just how often can you make a fuss about it? Like when our three teams have been shit for all the season, have been round there and thereabouts, it's not shocking anymore. Well, because you've seen it. It's not like, you know what I mean, we was up there, then we've gone on a bad run.
Well,
and
what is the point of you
like,
now then? What is the point of West Ham now then? Where are you going? I don't get it anymore. I thought this is my problem with you, Lawless. I've said this a long time now, that David Moyes got you into European football and you did not appreciate it at all. Told me that he was dusty and you weren't going to be able to do it anymore. We needed a new direction, rah, rah, rah. He was overachieving, putting you into European football, won you your first trophy in 43 years, and you treated him like dirt. All of you did. And now look at you.
You are, do you know what? Yeah, you're a fucking hypocrite. You are a fucking hypocrite. How dare you wear that Arsenal shirt? How dare you have that Bergkamp shirt, that Henry picture on your wall, and sit there and say all of that to me when you...
You're hearing this, Don. You're hearing this, Don. He's trying to compare it to me. Do you know what I'm saying? He's trying to compare it to Bergkamp and Henry.
No, you hounded out.
This is the West Ham
hounded out Arsene Wenger. Yeah, you hound him out after. What did he do for you? Oh, Invincibles. Yeah, Premier League trophies, FA Cups.
But you know what the difference is, Lawless? You don't understand. You don't understand this, but the difference is that he couldn't get us to win a title anymore. Moyes had just won you a trophy, and you're ready to get rid of him.
How many titles have you won since Wenger? How many titles?
Exactly, because we got it wrong. This is why I'm saying. So I'm saying to you that we have since got it wrong, which is why I keep hounding it out. The ownership.
Have we?
You have not. Yeah, but you won't admit that. You keep saying, "Oh, we had to get rid of Moyes because." Whereas actually, did Moyes not actually give you something that you could never, probably won't ever get again, which is European?
Did Wenger not give you something
and a trophy
get again? Did he not give you something?
Because Mikel Arteta since then has done what Wenger's done, which was win an FA Cup. You are now.
How many FA Cups has he won? One.
Well, he's
How
won
many
one.
did Wenger win? How many did Wenger win?
7.
There you go. So don't compare Arteta.
No, because you're no. You're not even. You can't even compare Arsenal. And
How
West
many
Ham
league
here.
titles has Arteta won?
Well, he hasn't won anything, has he?
Well, no, he hasn't. That's the point. So what I'm saying is, Potts, you're saying that, oh, Moyes was doing all of this for us, and then we wanted him out, and now we're not getting that anymore. It's the same for you with Arsenal. Wenger done all of this for you, had you regularly Champions League. He had you competing for the league at times. Yes, you weren't doing it on a consistent basis, but there were still seasons you were in the picture, right? And he was winning you trophies.
Do you think that you can get somebody in better than Moyes and you can go and get European football and win a trophy again then?
Yeah, but this is the thing,
Potts. No, who though? Who is it? Is this what Potter's going to do with you? Because I don't think Potter's going to win you a trophy, put you European football, get you another trophy.
Okay, but would Moyes have done that?
Yes,
because as Ian says, we battled relegation for 2 seasons in a row under Moyes.
Yeah, and you know what? Who lifted you from that relegation?
No, I'm saying he brought us there. He lifted us up out of relegation and then brought us back into relegation.
Now you're back there again with a different manager.
Yes, but we were back there with him. So just because, and this is the thing, Potts, this is what you don't see, the hypocrisy. You're saying it was right to change Wenger, but we got it wrong when we did it. It's the same. It was right to change from Moyes, but we got it wrong with Lopetegui. Just because we signed the wrong guy doesn't mean we was wrong to change. It just means we made the wrong change. That's all it means. And with Potter, we will see. Time will tell. But the problem is, Potts, you sit here and think that Moyes is a wizard. He's some sort of magician. He's not. He would have had the same.
Overachiever West Ham, though. Overachiever West Ham.
Yeah, he done a great job. But what I'm saying is the state of the team that we are in now, he would have had the same shit to deal with. He would have had the same players to deal with that we have now. We'd have been in the same problems under Moyes. He's not just going to sit there and, you know what I mean, wave a magic wand over it and, we're in Europe. We wouldn't have been. And next season, it all comes down to the squad building. It's key. So
what's the plan next year for West Ham? What's the plan for West Ham? Where are you finishing? What are you wanting? What are you expecting?
How can you ask me that?
I think you're dusted. I've got to be honest. I think you're dusted. I think you're done.
You can't say that, Potts, because you can say that if you want, but it's based on nothing. Like I can't say we'll be good because that's based on nothing because we haven't found out.
I think you're back now to where you were before Moyes in 14th, 15th, 16th. That's what I think West Ham are now.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Not based off nothing. Like we haven't. We've got players to go. We don't know who's going. We don't know who's coming in. So everything's up in the air. It's all.
I think you know. I don't think you want to admit it. I think you know you're back down to 15th again now.
We don't know that, Potts, because we don't know what we're going to do in the transfer window.
We have to see what they do in the summer, man. We have to
exactly because you can say that about anyone. But all right, let's just assume none of us are signing any players. Let's just assume that then. So just assume that for Arsenal, you're not getting a striker in the summer. You don't need one.
The question is, what are you normally like with sales, man? Because I feel like you don't hang on to players for very long. Do you feel they even want to sell these guys you want to get rid of, bro?
Well, the big names, yeah, the ones with value, of course.
No, the Kudus and that, of course they can go. I'm talking about like these guys are just there, bro.
Mavropanos, I think we could see he's decent he was decent in Germany. Like we could sell him to a European team. We could sell Rodriguez. We got him on a free, so we could sell him on the cheap. And then
these players stink, man. They're terrible. No one's buying these players.
But the guy got from PSG.
No, Rodriguez we got on a free. Carlos Soler we got on loan from PSG.
Soler.
Yeah, so Soler's going back.
These players are crap, bro. No, nobody's giving you any money for these players. They absolutely stink. No one's giving you money for Mavropanos and bloody Soler and what was his name? Bloody Rodriguez, who's absolutely dreadful, by the way. Absolutely awful player. Absolutely stinks. Free transfer. No wonder, man. No one wants that guy. He's absolutely awful. No one's giving you players. Kudus you get money for. That's it. Paqueta. That's it. And Bowen.
Shout out to Sophie B, by the way, because she sees the vision. She sees the vision.
She feels sorry for you, bro.
She says, I think it will take Potter a year or two, but I think he can turn around West Ham. To us, a bit like Brian. Yeah, we have to build from the ground up. We have to start from scratch. We have to trust the process, Potts. That's what you've been doing. You've been doing that for 5 years, mate.
I haven't been. My fan base haven't been. I haven't been.
Okay, your fan base has been. Yeah.
I actually think, I don't know if Don agrees with this. I think West Ham will actually struggle to get into the top half next season as well.
I just document it. Lawless, just document it, bro. You ain't got to keep defending. Defend right now about the club. Bro, just say. Oh yeah, you'll see.
He doesn't have any confidence, Don. This is the problem with Lawless. He doesn't have any confidence that I'm wrong. He actually agrees with me.
Exactly. But wait, hold up. I don't have any confidence that you're right. I don't know you're right because we don't know anything because it's the fucking transfer window hasn't even opened yet. We've still got some transfer.
I think you're trying to remain positive.
I think you're trying to rattle me.
No, I'm not trying to rattle you. I'm just talking about how dusty I think West Ham are. It's beautiful to see. I mean, let's be real. I can't stand West Ham. I don't really have any hate on them until I met you, but now I hate West Ham. Tottenham, absolute disgrace. Man United, dusty, and all three of them are an absolute mess. It's hilarious. The only other team I hate as much as them is Chelsea, and they're a joke. So actually, it's not such bad of a season, to be fair. Even though we're not going to win much, and I don't think we're going to win the Champions League. At least I've got a semi-final that I can look forward to. And Chelsea have got this Conference League, which we'll come on to next, by the way, because they better win that. Otherwise, Lawless and me are going to team up on you, Don. Trust me.
You better fucking win the Champions League, bro. What do you mean? You're sitting there
all come on, man. Don't compare the Champions League to that Conference League. Don't even try it. Don't even try this.
It's like they've got a little bit more colour in their skin these days. You know, I'm even seeing Potts has been drinking some yeah. I know Potts has been drinking some Max Branning. This is a Max Branning drink right now, yeah. I know you've been drinking
Max Branning.
You know what I mean? It kind of looks a bit like Max Branning.
Bro, he's been drinking like Mike's Manning today. Look at the color in this thing. Turkish is man's even got some afro now. You know what I'm saying? All these men right now are gleaming because of their little win. Yeah. So make sure that you win the Champions League, bro. Yeah, because if you don't, I will be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will be there. Yeah.
Yes.
Arsenal at the Bernabeu, Chelsea watching Emmerdale. That's what it was, mate.
How are they watching Emmerdale? Emmerdale's on Thursdays, isn't it? They play
mate, you would know. You would know, bro. You're a West Ham fan. You would know. Most of your evenings are EastEnders or Emmerdale. West Ham never have Europe to worry about, so it's all good, man.
What do you mean? You just fucking banged on about how the Moyes side delivered European football for us on a regular basis.
You underappreciated him, man. Big up to Vanta. I accept 20 million for Kudus and Lawless into Arsenal. Lawless, do you know what? You could come and be an Arsenal fan, you know. I think red and white would suit you quite well. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what? Do you know what, mate? I couldn't bear having to deal with your fans. Like, even if I was thinking that, like, if someone just paid me £20 million just to be an Arsenal fan, I was like, I would have to interact with Arsenal fans on a regular basis. And I'd pay 20 million not to have to do that. So no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks.
Should have stuck with Newcastle, Lawless. You're a Newcastle fan when you were younger. You should have stuck with them. They're doing all right. They're third in the league. I know they got dusted up by Villa.
You're a Newcastle fan when you were younger. What?
Yeah, like when I was like 6. Like when I was like, I'll tell the story real quick. I was 6. You had, what was that? I don't know if they had this when you was alive, Don. But it was what was it on Sunday Pots where they would read out the scores and it'd be like Bristol City 1.
Bro, do you think I'm 2 years old or something?
The teletext.
Teletext. It's called teletext, bro.
No, not teletext. The guy which was on BBC.
Yeah, I know.
They used to do it on Sky Sports. Like it'll be like, it'll be like Bristol City 1, Norwich 0. Like that. The guy that talks like that, innit?
Yeah, they would just have the scores up on the screen.
BBC scores, man, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Anyway, I was sitting there and it reads out like Newcastle something. And I was like, I'm a kid. Oh, Newcastle, like it's a castle. Like that sounds cool. Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, what's West Ham? What is that? Like, you're a kid. You draw to it. So I was like, wow, it's a castle. I didn't know where the fuck it was. I didn't know what a Newcastle fucking Geordie was or anything. So I was like, yeah, I'll support them. So for a few years in the 90s, you know, I had then in my aunt and uncle, I'll support them. And then that's kid logic. And then I like to be different because all my family are West Ham, so I like to be the antagonist. And my aunts and uncles just started buying me Newcastle shit. So yeah, I had like the kits. That's the Les Ferdinand, Alan Shearer days, the Peter Beardsley days, the John Barnes days.
I can't believe this.
Yeah. So
how do you when you change?
I was probably like 9 or 10.
You for 3 years.
yeah. When I actually realized, like, oh shit, Newcastle is this place really far away, and West Ham's round the corner. Like, this makes no sense.
Both your teams got embarrassed this weekend, basically.
And do you know what the mad thing was? Yeah, like the mad thing was, West Ham were like actually good, like until I started supporting them. And then Newcastle were kind of shit. And then when I stopped, apart from that league challenger thing, but when I stopped supporting Newcastle, they got Champions League football, and West Ham were ended up getting relegated a few years after. So I'm the curse. I should have stayed supporting Newcastle.
I bet there's more in an all-time Premier League 11. I bet there's more Newcastle players that get in than the West Ham players.
Yeah, well, they had that little run, didn't they? Like they had that little run, you know. So, but at the end of the day, when you think about it, Potts, yeah, Frank Lampard, Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole, yeah, Michael Carrick, Glenn Johnson.
Talking through your academy.
That's just our academy. Like that's just our academy. Paolo Di Canio, mate. Trevor Sinclair, yeah, like Payet, yeah. Listen, so let's not forget we have had some top players come through this football club. Ian Wright Ian, right.
Nah, leave right here, man. Leave right here's ours, man. He ain't nothing to do with you. Come on.
What do you mean? He played for West Ham.
Played for you for one season. He felt sorry for you. Come and give you a hand. At 36 years old, he come and give you a hand. He's my boy. Right?
He came for a little paycheck. He came for a little paycheck.
Come on, he come for a paycheck. He weren't interested in West Ham. He come for a laugh.
Listen, we gave him a lifeline. Yeah, you.
Some of the best players in your club were the ones you cheated on, like Tevez and Mascherano. Do you know what I mean? They were the ones you cheated on to get them players. You know
Tevez, yeah, we didn't listen. That was the
cheaters.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This is where we come from, Don. You know what I'm saying, Don? They have these Tevez and Mascherano. They start giving it about. They actually cheated to get these two players.
How the fuck can you talk to Don? Yeah, about that when he supports Chelsea and he's doing all the madness to get the players that they get.
Should we move on? Should we move on to Chelsea? Should we move on to Chelsea?
Man. We snitched on ourselves.
Let's talk about Chelsea. I was at Ipswich today and I looked at my phone and you were 1-0 down. I thought you had lost, and then I turned on my phone on you'd won 2-1. What's happening there, man? What?
And you know what? Like, I get it, Don. I get it. You're happy because listen, to win like that, it's a buzzing, right? You're going to be buzzing. It's going to be limbs, all of that stuff. But, Don, don't be too happy. Don't be too excited because you saw what you saw. You struggled. And at the end of the day, Don, you're still not good enough to get Champions League. Compared to the teams around you, like Villa, Newcastle, Man City. You know it. Like, celebrate the result, the occasion. But don't, and I've seen tweets from the likes of you and other Chelsea fans. Oh, Champions League still on. Champions League. Blah blah. Like, forget it. Just forget it on Champions League, Don.
We've kept it on. Yeah. Now it's time for Maresca to show some real big balls. Yeah. I'm not even gonna say pause on that. It's time to show big balls, big man. Yeah. Because I can't be seeing Jackson drowning up top like this. Right. I told you, look, this guy came to Europe in 2019, and it's very, very clear when I'm seeing man finishing the way he does. He did not get the development you get in Europe. Yeah. He is not someone right now we should just be scared not to drop, right? Start George up top for now, bro. Start George up top because he's got better movement. He's a better finisher, right? He comes on in the second half. He comes on up top. Once again, 2 games in a row now, he played up top. He scores, yeah? Because why? He wants to shoot. Because why? He doesn't want to dilly-dally on the ball and let all these defenders get in the way, right? Because why? He's not letting the keeper set himself. Palmer just gave him the ball straight away. Man's just striking it nicely. Bottom bins, yeah? And he didn't even try to celebrate. It's his first goal he scored in the Prem. Man just said, yo, let's get back to the semicircle. We go again, right? Jadon Sancho today came on today. I keep telling the man then. He doesn't want to go back to Kennington, yeah? Sorry, no, he wants to stay in Kennington. He wants to stay near Kennington right now. He doesn't want to go back to Manny. He doesn't want to be near Stockpool or Wivenshaw, right? Or Crewe, yeah? Or Liverpool or any of them places down there. He wants to be in Bermondsey, right? He wants to be in Peckham. He wants to be in Kennington. He wants to be in the ends, yeah? And he's playing like that right now because he came on and he helped us change the game, right? He's taking more shots on goal. He's actually running at people, right? I'm seeing Tete. Tete's not a bad defender, but every time Sancho was getting the ball, it's like he didn't want to go near him. He's like, yo, this guy's going to cook me. He was actually running at him, right? He was like just slowing down the game when he needs to, starting the game for us when he needs to. He was brilliant when he came off the bench today, bro. Probably my man of the match, I'll be honest. And a lot of people like to cook this guy. But he's actually been quite good the past month.
Keeping him next season, yeah? You want to see him in a Chelsea shirt next season, yeah?
Oh, listen, as he is right now...
Sancho's been terrible, Don. What are you doing here, man?
Sancho hasn't been terrible. Let's not do this. I'm saying. How can Sancho be terrible? Yeah? Hold on. How can Sancho be terrible when he's actually contributed with his numbers this season? That's number one, right? Because if he doesn't get these numbers in the conference, it'll be, he can't even do it in the conference. You do it in the conference, it's the conference, right? He does it in the league, it's well, he hasn't really done anything else, yeah? There's been many games this season where Sancho's played well, right? And then he's getting scapegoated because he didn't shoot or he didn't score a goal, whatever, right? For me, he was very good at the start, tettled off a little bit when the team fell off, but recently he's been quality, bro. He's been quality. I thought he was very good.
He hasn't been quality, Don. What are we talking about here? Sancho has never been quality.
The past month, bro, ask any Chelsea fan right now. The past month, he's probably been our best attacker. He's been quality, bro. Him and George the past month have been very good. Yeah, since this whole thing came up, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sounds funny to you, but it's the truth.
Don, Derek George and Sancho have not been quality for the last month.
Bro, how can you say you have never been quality when you haven't been watching them? You literally told me that the only time you really watch Chelsea is when we face you. But then you always have so much opinions on our team. It don't make sense. I watch your team weekly.
Can you come in then? Because I don't watch Chelsea.
Can
you tell me, Lawless, has Tariq George and Sancho been quality this month?
Hold on. Let me carry on what I was saying anyway. Because once again, in the first half, actually, no, not in the first half. Overall, Fulham didn't really threaten us, bro. Like, Sanchez didn't really have any saves to make. They wasn't really creating any chances. They were trying to do these little cutbacks that we kept dealing with defensively. But once again, we conceded a goal from another direct mistake. Yeah? I don't know if you've seen the mistake that Reece has made, Potts. Have you seen it?
No.
Bro, it was mad. Have you seen it, Lewis?
No.
Oh, bro, you don't go watch it. Go watch it right now whilst I'm talking, yeah? But bro, I was at the game.
Where am I supposed to find this?
Bro, just type in it won't be go on Twitter. It'll come up.
Let me watch it.
He started today at right back where everyone wants him to start. He was inverted into the midfield. But bro, he had the ball under no pressure. He's walking on it, jogging on it. Someone just takes it off of him. Iwobi ends up scoring. Yeah. That's the only thing that Fulham really did. Apart from that, Sanchez, I don't remember Sanchez making any saves.
Don, you need to start actually preparing for life after Reece James. Like, the end of the day, like,
he's been good this season. He's been good. It's just he had a moment like that. That was mad for me.
He's never gonna be the guy. Like, he's never. I don't think, and I guess this is probably the longest he has stayed fit, but he's never gonna stay fit. And I don't think he'll ever be the player that he was before these injuries.
Listen. You can't start that narrative because he made a mistake today, bro. This season when he's played, he's been quality, bro. Right, especially when he's played at right back or even.
Man, I just see it, man. What is he doing? I
don't know what he's doing, but then there were people around me saying it's Maresca. Maresca's playing him at right in midfield. It's Maresca's fault. And I'm like, I don't care what position you're playing at this level. Why have you not got your head on a swivel? Why have you not got any awareness? Right? I'm literally watching him behind the goal, and I'm like, Reece, what are you doing? Reece, what are you doing? Like, when he got pickpocketed, I couldn't believe it. He ran to Taylor. You don't know how much I hate Anthony Taylor. He hates Chelsea, yeah? And I couldn't even say anything to Taylor. It wasn't a foul, yeah? It was pathetic, right? He comes off at halftime. He brings on Gusto. Reece, like, walks past the away end. He's got his head down. He looks at us. He did a little wave. And I'm like, this guy's meant to be our captain. You know, he's not really a leader, is he? He leads by example in terms of how he plays. But in terms of actually being like a vocal leader, he's not really that, yeah? He's not really that. But today, I can't lie, bro. Second half, we picked it up a lot. You know, even away from the goals that we scored, we had some chances to score. Jackson right now, like, he's just drowning.
That's a finish from Tariq George, by the way.
You see that,
mate? I said that in the group chat.
That's an even better goal from Pedro Neto. Wow.
You see that goal from Neto, bro? Yeah. Enzo Fernandez got that assist, by the way. The guy that you like to cook pots. Go watch the build-up for the second goal.
Oh, come on. He just passed it into him, though, bro. Come on.
Go watch the build-up for the goal that we scored. The second goal, the build-up was fantastic, bro. From back to front, popping it around them. Caicedo was involved. Enzo was involved. Palmer was involved. We scored, bro. You know?
But Don, like, this is the thing, yeah? And this is what happens a lot. Because Enzo got an assist, it basically makes up for all the time he's been shit. Like, all of a sudden now...
He's been good this season, though. I don't get it. I don't get this narrative.
He's had good games.
No, he's been good this season. No, Lewis, let's stop this. It's not that he's had good games. He's been good this season, right? He had a slow start to the season. He got dropped. As soon as he came back into the team, he's been brilliant since then, bro. He's been good.
He's been so brilliant, Don. It's all Jackson and Palmer. Like, it's all them just fluffing their line.
Yeah. Bro, they're letting us down. They're letting us down. This is the first time in Enzo's career he's got over 10 assists, right? Jackson, again, like I said, bro, I'm not starting this guy right now. That's why I'm looking at Maresca. Nkuku today wasn't even in the squad, yeah, on a technical decision. I'm telling you lot now, if Nkuku was on the bench, he would have come on up top instead of George. And I would have come on here telling you lot, we've lost the game again. Why is Maresca bringing on Nkuku? It's a waste of time, right? George, bro, he needs to be starting right now whilst Gil was not there. You bring Jackson on off the bench, yeah? Give him a little bit of motivation. Have him have something to fight for. Because right now, it's like it doesn't matter what he does. He's going to play regardless. As a manager, you should never have it like that, right? As a team, you should never have it like that. You should always know there's someone behind you. If you're where you're fucking up, someone else gets an opportunity, yeah? He's been nothing but a breath of fresh air. And it's even funny because I saw Tyreek's uncle at the station. He stopped me and said, yo, I'll fuck with your content and that, bro. I was chatting to my man. You know what I mean? Yeah? And I was telling him certain things about these, man. I said, yo, Jackson, bro, right now, he just looked at me and he couldn't even say much.
Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me now, Don? Do you think I was right about Jackson?
Bro, we were saying the same thing, Potts.
Shut up.
You said no.
No.
Hold on. No. When Potts was criticizing his finishing, I never defended his finishing, right? I told Potts he's not a great finisher, but when you look at his all-round game, right? His all-round game away from the finishing isn't bad at all. But Potts was like, "Oh, he's shit, man. He's shit, man." And I'm like, "Yeah,
isn't bad. Isn't a ringing endorsement. Oh, his all-round game isn't bad. Wow." But the thing is though, he was actually bringing something to the team. Like a lot of the goals that Palmer was scoring, Jackson was playing a big part, and a lot of goals that Jackson was scoring, Palmer was playing a big part. But this season, he's not been good. He's not been good in months. Start the season before the season started.
Yeah,
we've got Action Jacko.
Yeah, but Lewis. I that's a shameless thing that I do because of how you lot like to fucking cook him. So I call him Action Jacko to piss you lot off. I know it fucking irritates the fuck out.
Yeah, but who's pissed off now? You, because he's not scoring any goals for your club. So who's really pissed off?
I know.
You are.
I know. He's not playing well. He's honestly not playing well. I thought Palmer was okay in bits today. He got an assist, but he still hasn't scored. Yeah, he took another shot which just flew off the pitch, right? But we needed the 3 points today, bro. Right? It was limbs after the game. It was limbs when Neto scored, bro. Like. Between this game and Spurs, because I was at a Spurs game as well, I don't know which one was better, bro. Because this one was a last minute, it was like a last minute goal kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like 93rd minute or something like that. But yeah, man, we just got to hope that fucking Spurs do something tomorrow. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Forest have dropped out of the top 5 right now, but they're level 1 points with us.
Yeah, but
I don't see Spurs beating them.
Even if Forest drop out, yeah, which obviously you want to happen, yeah. I just think Villa, Man City and Newcastle are better than Chelsea right now.
Yeah, but Lewis, the thing that's costing us right now is our finishing, right? We created less big chances today than what we did against Ipswich, but we scored 2 goals because we were clinical, right? If we were clinical last week against Ipswich, it would have been a similar scoreline to Arsenal today, bro. We had
who you got next on.
Hold on, Lewis, yeah? We had more than enough chances against Ipswich to win that game, at least 4-5-0, right? Today, not so many chances, but we were clinical. Big difference.
Okay, but it's a question. Are you going to be clinical every week? That remains to be seen.
And that's why I'm saying drop Jackson. Because Jackson's been a big problem right now. He's been a big problem up top. He's not finishing his chances he's getting. His movement is pathetic. I was watching him closely today behind the goal. I'm like, yo, let me even watch this guy even closer in person right now, right? He's always late to balls that come in, bro. The crosses that come in is always late. You know what I'm saying? There was one pass that Neto played into him. Brilliant pass. Any striker there would just get their knee on it, their thigh on it, something, bro. They're fucking something on it. Jackson's just so late to it, right? You've got, sometimes as a manager, you've got to protect these players. You can see your players not playing well. Take him out of the firing line. I used to say this about Mount. When Mount, last season of Mount at Chelsea, he was shocking. Potter kept playing him. Potter kept playing him. And he was getting worse. And then eventually he dropped him. Then he got injured, right? But that's what you've got to do as a manager, bro. Don't keep... There's a threshold. There's a threshold of playing them into form. The threshold of playing Jackson into form has gone. He needs to be dropped right now, bro. He needs to be dropped.
Like this is the thing, Don. You got Everton next. Are you confident in beating Everton?
Bro, I'm still not confident right now in the team, man. I'm not going to be confident today.
Then you've got Liverpool. This is ignoring. You've got fucking Djurgården. I don't know who the fuck that is in the conference.
It's in Sweden. It's in Sweden. Swedish.
You got Djurgården, but in the league,
hold on. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at that because that same comp gave you the best moment of your life.
Yeah, but you know what?
Man's all laughing at that comp as if you wasn't fucking running about topless.
Yeah, we faced top teams. We had a more difficult run, and we never lost, unlike you. So let's just get that straight.
To be fair, I'm with Lawless there. They did have a harder run than you, Don.
We had a harder run.
You can only play what's in front of you, bro.
Okay, but guess what?
Copenhagen actually are bad. Copenhagen are bad.
We beat what's in front of us. You haven't on several occasions, Don.
Twice. So we lost to Servette and we lost to these Polish.
But to us, that's unthinkable because we didn't lose. We won nearly all our games, Don. Okay.
And I'm still in the semi-final regardless of all of this.
All right, well, win it, Don. Win it. Let's see. You better pray you win it, Don. Because we need an emergency.
You think you'll win it, Don?
Bro, we'll see in it. Inshallah, we do.
No, but do you think you'll win it?
Bro, inshallah, we do, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I think I hope we listen. We should, and I listen. I'll be real. Okay, balance aside, innit? I do think we'll win it, but again, these guys aren't giving me any confidence in front of goal. That's the problem. That's the major problem, bro. Again, our defense today. You don't like to cook our defense. Our defense today did their job for the most part.
If you haven't got confidence in beating Djurgården and then maybe Fiorentina, who you could probably get in the final, how have you got confidence to get in Champions League?
And when did I say I was confident to get in top 4?
All right, well, you're not getting. Let's just say you're not getting it.
I'm taking it game by game, bro. It's on the players.
Shut up! Don't give us this nonsense.
Nah, bro. Listen, hold on.
I've got to take it game by game.
Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me give you a perfect representation of how I'm feeling right now. Right, when we went to Spurs away last year, right? Well, actually, no, this year. Sorry, I was at that game. We was losing 2-0. I wasn't losing my shit. I said we're coming back and we're winning because I had belief at that point and we were playing very well. Right. Today, when we went 1-0 down, I said, bro, we need to score a goal before halftime. Otherwise, we're gonna draw max, right? That's the difference right now, Lawless. I haven't got belief in the team at the moment. It's on them and it's on Maresca to give me that belief back. You just want me to come out here and just start saying some crazy shit because I'm a Chelsea fan. No. And that's the irony of people trying to call me deluded. That's the irony.
I'm just saying. Put your chest out. Like, no, because the problem is, Don.
I'm not putting my chest out. Why should I put my chest out for these lot? Why should I do that?
This is what I'm saying, Don. So
don't tell me to put my chest out.
You can be deluded whilst being someone who doesn't get your chest out, because this is what you do, Dom. So you don't necessarily make big predictions because you're too scared. You don't really have faith in your team. But what you do is, after the fact, you make a bag of excuses, and try to make us believe that your team is actually better than they are, Don. So
I've been complaining. Hold on, Lewis. Again, you're just reading off of a script right now. Yeah.
What script?
Has someone in the chat page you? Because you sound like your page right now, where someone in the chat said, yo, just say things that we say in the chat all the time. Where have you been all these weeks? Maybe you was at a wedding, that wedding that you was at when I keep fucking complaining about this team, right? I've been complaining about this team for weeks. So why are you still talking?
You do it in a very clever way, Don.
Hold on, Lewis. Why are you talking? Hold on. Why are you talking as if I've been talking up my team, right? I've been sending stats in the group chat of how bad our conversion has been this year. Relegation level conversion, yeah? But I've been sitting here as if I've been bigging up my team. I bigged up my team first half of the season. It's done now. That done of this season is done until they get my belief back. You know, if we get top 5, of course I'll be shameless. Of course I'll be shameless if we get top 5. You know how it goes.
But as I was about to, this is your run of games, Don. You've got Everton right at home, which you have a terrible record against. You've got Liverpool at home, Newcastle away, Man United at home, which is, you should be winning that one. And then you've got Forest away.
Yeah.
Like, Don, your run is probably the hardest out of any of the teams competing for that top 5.
And that's why, bro, when we go to Newcastle, it's not a draw thing. We have to beat them. That's a 6-pointer. We beat them because there's not that many games left at that point. Massive 3 points. That's 1 foot in. That's 1 foot into the door, right? You have to beat Forest on that last day as well. I don't know if we would have made it by then. Maybe we would have made it by then, but we still have to beat them. We still have to beat them.
Do you know what, Don? I think you'll be back in the Conference League next season. So you can have another go at it. You can have another try. You get 2 attempts.
If we win Conference, we're in Europa League by default.
No, but I'm saying that there's a good chance you won't win the Conference League. So
look at you, mate.
So yeah, you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, Don, like, you could be back in that competition next season.
You could be.
Damn sure won't be in the Champions League, which is criminal, Don. When at Christmas we was talking about title challenge.
Bro, listen, today was important. Today was important that we got the win because we're still there. We was in a coma and I was about to take off the life support, but finally, you know, the line was flatlining and it came back up again. You know, now we're alive again for now.
And don't say you're not deluded, Dom, when you sold us that Chelsea's squad are better than most teams in the top 4, top 5. Like, don't tell us that you're not
every street, bro. Is it me?
We're never gonna let you forget it.
Hold on. Let me just say something to end this because I don't want to talk about this thing again, right? Let me ask you a question.
No, we're never gonna forget it.
Let me ask you a question, Lawless. Vega, Felix, Gil, right? Have you seen much of these guys, bro, in the Prem?
What do you mean?
I'm asking you a question. Have you seen much of them in the Prem? Yes or no?
We've been loaned. You've loaned out players.
Why did we loan him out?
Because he wasn't playing well.
No.
He wasn't playing him. He was surplus to requirements.
Why was Vega and Felix loaned out? Answer the question.
Surplus to requirements. The manager didn't want to play. It wasn't playing.
There we go then. There we go.
Right? That's what I'm saying. So there's a reason why.
Hold on. Exactly. Let's not act as if you've been seeing these guys playing and they've been stinking out the place. They haven't even been able to prove themselves really. Because our manager, hold on. This is what I've criticized him about. This guy made people unhappy and made people want to leave when they could have helped us, right? So many games Vega could have helped us. I would have even dropped Colwell for Vega, yeah? I would have started Vega ahead of Colwell, bro, right? How many times?
I thought Colwell was better than Gabriel.
Hold on, pause.
Did he say that?
I never said that.
Start the season, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Start the season.
This is the last time I'm even having this conversation. Yeah. How many times did I keep telling you? Drop Jackson and play Gill. Doesn't do it. He comes on against West Ham. All of a sudden, it's I can't wait to see the rest. I can't see what my Gill's like. Then he's injured. You know what I mean, right? How many times I keep telling you, play Felix and take Palmer off the pitch, yeah, and see what he can do. All these things, bro.
But do you know why it's done?
All these squad players that I spoke about, we haven't seen them in the Prem.
Do you know why we keep having this conversation? Yeah, because your reasoning is bullshit.
It's not bullshit. It's
not
all
bullshit.
Of this. Hold on. Let me tell you why it's not bullshit. 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 Because you started stuttering. You started stuttering yourself, and you were like, "Oh well, the manager hasn't been playing them." And that's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, but that's not a good point, Don.
That is a good point because he should have been playing them. He should have been playing them.
Wait, hold the phone.
He should have been playing them.
Your reasoning why your squad was better than Arsenal's and Liverpool's and all these teams was because you had these players and the manager just wasn't playing them. So our squad depth is better. Like that's just not an explanation.
No, my point is you don't like to keep talking about this squad thing, but when I actually break it down to you, these squad players that I was bigging up, you haven't seen in the Prem. Yeah, most of them were made unhappy. Most of them were made unhappy, bro. Like when I spoke to fucking what's his name? The Leicester fan that you introduced me to, Potts. Forgot his name now.
Locks or Ash?
Locks. Yeah, big up Locks. He said a similar thing about Maresca, right? He said Maresca in the second half of the season kept using his little core of like 12, 13 players, and there was a lot of players that were unhappy, right? That he wasn't really using. I saw the same thing at Chelsea, right? And I criticized him for that. You know what I mean? The thing is, the Chelsea fans that like to cook me about this, some weirdos and that like to cook me about this thing, yeah? They're the same guys that were saying Maresca did not use the squad well, right? But when I say it, it's an excuse. When I say it, I'm a politician. When I say it, I can't just say I'm wrong and all of these things. No. All these players that I keep mentioning, they could have helped us win more games. And I stand by that. I'm sorry. Why do you keep going back to that? Why do you keep going back to that, man? It's done now. It's done. That conversation.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we don't accept your reasoning. We don't accept your explanation.
I'm just telling you.
Okay, but what the thing is, Dom, we will bring it up again, but you don't have to defend your point, right? So we're just going to remind you that you said something very ridiculous, yeah, and nonsensical, and then we'll leave it at that. Because we have to remind you when you say
there's nothing ridiculous.
Not delusional.
Hold on, there's nothing ridiculous, yeah, in me wanting to actually play on only natural striker who's got better movement than Jackson, who's a better finisher.
I'm saying
there's nothing ridiculous. Hold on. There's nothing ridiculous in me wanting to start Vega ahead of Colwell when he's a better defender.
I'm not saying it is done.
There's nothing ridiculous. Hold on, let me finish one thing. There's nothing ridiculous. There's nothing ridiculous in me looking at Palmer on the pitch, stinking out the gaff when you lot keep cooking this guy, tired, and saying, yo, bring Felix on to bring a little bit of a different dynamic. There's nothing ridiculous in these things. Nothing.
I'm just saying, yeah, I'm not saying that it's ridiculous to want this player. You're changing the goalposts. I'm just saying, and we can all admit it, it was ridiculous to say that Chelsea's squad is better than Arsenal and Liverpool's. It was
ridiculous, bro. Poss is the same guy that was talking about how bad their recruitment is, right? This is the same fan base that every fucking game week, oh my God, look at our bench is cooked and this, that. Now we're changing the narrative. Right?
In the context
Gary started the season, all I used to hear, every stream I would hear, I used to tuck into these rivals. Oh my God, Chelsea's bench, bro. Chelsea's bench is ferocious, you know? Yeah? I would take this guy from there, you know? He's not going to play. Oh, bring him over here. Yeah? I'll take that guy over here. You know, he looks good, you know? That guy's good, you know? Oh, but this guy looks good, I can't lie. Right? Now all of a sudden these guys are useless. Now all of a sudden these guys are useless. Let's not do this. Let's not do
But
this.
you've literally spent 1.5 bill and you don't have a striker, and your goalkeepers are absolute trash. That Jorgensen is now making as many mistakes as this Sanchez guy. He is dreadful, this Jorgensen, man.
Bro, listen,
Like, come on, man.
we've got important gaps to fill in the summer pots, right? Because there's honestly like 3-4 positions we can bring in players that are starting, right? Our problem right now, bro, think about it like this, Pots, yeah? Our centre-backs are mid-table centre-backs, right? Colwell and Chalobah are mid-table centre-backs at this moment in time, right? That's why you see them making some mid-table decisions. Yeah, but right now they are. I've never said that anything more than that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. So you could have a few great players on your bench here that you look at and go, oh, they're good. But I'm just saying, if you go through all the players and you look at the strength of their team versus your team, if you want to say we have a stronger bench, that's different to say we have a better squad.
But that's what I should have said.
The 11.
That's exactly what I should have said at the time. That's what I'm saying. I fucked up because when I broke it down, I kept speaking about the depth. I kept saying Arsenal and Liverpool have a better 11 than Chelsea. That's not even a debate, right? And it's even funny because I predicted Chelsea to finish 4th. I predicted Liverpool 3rd. I predicted Arsenal 2nd. I predicted Man City 1st. So why am I going to do that if I think my 11 is better than this? I'm not going to do that, am I?
No, I'm not saying that, but you said the squad. So the squad includes the 11.
I should have been clear at the time because when I spoke about it at the time, I spoke about the depth. I said our depth is better than these teams, is what I said. I said, but they're 11. No one's gonna clip that up though. No one's gonna talk about that though. You're not gonna talk about that. They're gonna just focus.
Even in hindsight, it's kind of wrong because Arsenal. It's kind of wrong in hindsight.
What's happened to our depth is like this. It's like right now, Marino not playing and then he goes on loan in January. Ethan Nwaneri not playing, then he goes on loan in January. So all of a sudden it's like Pots will look at you and say, look, these squad players you might want to cook them, but I haven't seen them, right? They haven't been used. Arteta made them unhappy. They've left. That's basically what's happened to us. The players that we had there that could have helped have not been used the way we should have been using them, bro. Yeah, I don't understand why that's so hard for you to accept. You know what I mean?
I don't think Chelsea would be any different if they had Felix and Vega. I've got to be real.
I'm telling you now, Potts, they would have, bro. Yeah, our defense is shaky. You know that already.
When did Felix ever do anything?
You know what's funny about this, bro? Every time Maresca has brought on 3 centre-backs, yeah, an extra centre-back off the bench, we've gone on to win that game, right? There's many games he could have solidified the back by bringing on Vega. There's many games. Felix came off the bench against Bournemouth. Who got the fucking free kick where Reece scored from, bro? It was Felix.
Yeah, but Don, you talk about moments, yeah, as if it undoes a whole career at Chelsea. Felix overall has not been a success at Chelsea, right?
But that's a different conversation, though. We're talking about this is you off the bench. We're talking about what can you do off the bench. If you're talking about that's what I mean. You're moving one debate to another debate. That's what you do, Lawless. Yeah, that's what you do.
No, that's what you do.
No, that's what you do. Now you're saying, yeah, but Felix has not been a success. That's a different debate. I'm talking about, bro. I can't have you lot. Yeah, you lot. That's what I'm saying. You talk out of 2 mouths. 1 second is Palmer stinks. I'm saying bring Palmer off the pitch. It's no, Felix can't do anything. Which one is it, bro? Which one is it? Yeah.
What do you
mean? Does Palmer stink or what? Or has he been fantastic this season?
Yeah. Palmer, no, he's been stinking it up this season.
Okay, so then why can't I suggest that he comes off the pitch and Felix come on and try something else? Why can't I suggest?
No, I'm not saying that it's not. You can't suggest an alternative. What I'm saying is, Don, you speak in absolutes like Felix would be better and he would do it off the bench. There's no way of knowing that.
You never know until you see it because I've seen it.
Yeah, you could say that about any of your players. You could say that about the youngsters in your academy. You could give them a go.
I know what he can offer, Lawless. I've been watching this guy long enough to know what he can offer. I've just given you an example of what he did off the bench.
Okay, yeah, you give him one. Can you give an example of times where he's done that consistently?
Consistently, he wasn't playing consistently in the league.
Well, maybe there's a reason for that, Don. Maybe there's a reason for that.
Bro, listen, Maresca didn't sign him. He didn't sign him. He wasn't one of his signings, bro.
But even
let me.
Pep wasn't playing Palmer. Palmer scored against these guys in the fucking what was it in the Community Shield? He scored a banger. He scored in the Super Cup final. He scored a header, right? Palmer wasn't getting a look in at the start of the season. First game of that season against Burnley, Man City didn't start him, bro. Yeah. And this guy was performing well. Are we going to call Palmer a bad player? Because Pep didn't trust him? Yeah? What? Because Maresca's got an opinion on the player, I should have the same opinion.
No, but I'm just saying, Don, that he hasn't got a track record at Chelsea that can give you confidence in saying, yeah, like he would do something. Yeah, he should get a chance, maybe, because what else are you going to do? You know?
Let me ask this. Let me ask this. How's this ending then, people? Because we've got, let's be real. First is done, but like basically top 8, 9 there. It's getting quite close. Obviously, Aston Villa upwards is really close. How's it ending, Lawless? Talk to me.
Well, look at the form, yeah. So look at you look at the Reds and the Greens, yeah. So Newcastle, obviously they've just lost to Villa, but their form and Villa's form are better than Chelsea's. Man City's form better than Chelsea's. Forest's form is shaky, but they've got more W's, right? So I think I can see Forest dropping out, to be honest. I think Chelsea will finish above Forest because it's really gone under the radar, I think, overall. Like it's the results. So they have got like the 3 wins on the spin, but some of the results like they get, like random ones like losing to Everton at home 1-0. Like they just have that in their locker. So I think they'll crumble. But I think Villa, I think it will kind of be close. It'll be Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City, Villa, Chelsea, Forest, Bournemouth, Fulham. I think that's going to be the top 9.
Your whole thing is Villa going to finish above Chelsea, then, yeah?
Yeah, Villa are finishing about, like, come on. And because Villa, are they still in any... Oh, they're in the FA Cup.
FA Cup and Champions... Well, obviously not Champions League now, but the FA Cup, yeah.
Yeah,
I think Villa are the ones that are going to... Now, I didn't have Villa because of Champions League. Now they're out of that. I fancy them, if I'm honest. I think Chelsea might come 7th, you know.
7th? You think Forest will still sort of...
Yeah, I think Forest and Villa will be ahead of them.
Do you know what? It's not crazy to say because, like we said, Chelsea have the hardest running out of any of those teams.
Yeah, that's why.
So
they're all on the same points. So it's not crazy to think Chelsea will come 7th. It's not crazy.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to get top 5.
No, they're not going to get top 5. Chelsea,
yeah.
No.
It's Man City and Newcastle. I think are definitely finishing above them.
I agree.
If Villa are on the same point.
Villa, Forest, and Chelsea, innit?
We've got basically what it is right now. Yeah, we can't really look below us, but if you actually look at our goal difference in comparison to Villa, for example, they're on 6, we're on 18. That's going to play a big part. We just got to make sure that we fucking win more games than them, bro.
But this is the thing, Don. Goals win games, and Villa have goal scorers. They have bagsmen in their team, yeah.
And that's why I'm saying we need to take out Jackson and play George.
When people want to laugh, we take him out.
All our best chances keep falling to one of the worst finishers in the league, right? And what do you expect to happen? Even if we had Watkins, even though Watkins ain't clinical, even if we had Watkins, we're not scrambling for top 4 like this. We're not scrambling for it, bro. Yeah, Jackson. If we don't make Champions League, as much as people want to try cook Maresca, a lot of it will fall on Jackson. I'm telling you.
So someone asked, who's Villa got? Yeah, this is Villa's run. They got Man City away.
Oh, see, there we go. They're gonna drop points there. Teams are gonna drop points.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. They're gonna someone's dropping points. Okay. I think Man City can afford to drop the points. Then they've got Fulham at home, Bournemouth away, Spurs at home. They're and then Man United away. That's come on, Don. That running. Fulham,
Villa, hold on.
And United.
Yeah, but Villa are a weird team, though. Villa are a weird team. They're like Newcastle. They're a weird team.
In a row.
Yes, and Newcastle not long ago had fucking 6 wins in a row, and they started going on the fucking.
Are you saying you're going to come 5th then? Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that it's not going to be smooth sailing for everyone. That's what I'm saying.
No, but
we've got the hardest fixtures on paper. Yes, we've got the hardest fixtures on paper. Yes, but I don't see anyone continuously going on a winning run right now. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying before. I said before we played Ipswich, we beat Ipswich, we beat Fulham, we beat Everton. For me, that's basically like 1.5 feet in the door, right? So I don't see many teams going on a winning run right now.
Yeah, but I feel like Villa are more equipped to do it. Again, they've got the goal scorers, Don.
I agree.
And you're saying we take out the guy that's not been scoring goals as if it will just magically change it, and whoever sits in his place is going to start to be as clinical as Villa's goals.
We create. And Lewis, why do I have to keep reminding you this, bro?
Don, you can say it, but
the way some of these guys finish chances, some of these guys finish chances is honestly pathetic at this level, right?
Okay,
they get paid all this money. They're getting like 300k minimum in their account every month, just chilling there to bang ball and train. Yeah, and man are telling me they can't fucking do some finishing practice. Yeah, it's pathetic.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Don, you're banking on that just changing. You're just banking on.
No, I'm banking on. I'm hoping Maresca will fucking wake up, realize that Jackson's not it right now, and drop his ass. Yeah, drop his ass, because he will be one of the reasons why you end up getting sacked if something happens like that where you get sacked. Yeah, because you want to keep depending on a guy that's letting you down. You gotta look out for yourself right now, bro, and take him out.
Take him out.
Take him out, bro. I'm tired, bro. Take him out.
So I'm just saying, like, I can't see it. Like Villa, yeah, there's gonna be like random, like say Bournemouth, yeah. Realistically, Villa could drop points against Bournemouth. They're not dropping no points against dusty Spurs or Man United. Like, come on. Like what I'm saying is
people are saying you can't defend in that. You see what I'm saying? We played against Fulham today. They go check, bro. Go check how many chances they created. They created fuck all against some mid-table centre-backs, right? They literally scored from another mistake. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you got this Jack Kelly in the chat as well, always typing away. CB is not gonna fucking adopt you, bro. You know what I mean? He's not gonna adopt you, bro. Yeah, give up this little act. Yeah, this little script that you come with. You know what I mean? He's just a bot. He's a bot. There's something wrong with that kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've got a smoke for everyone that's coming for me right now. Trust me, bro.
Well, listen, Don. Listen, like if you get the top four or five, you get Champions League. You can come on. You can give all your chest, all of that stuff. You can talk your shit. But if you don't, you better just sit there and shut your mouth and take the cooking you so richly deserve. Yeah.
Win that win that Conference League, man.
You better win that Conference League.
You can cook me as much as you want, but you're just going to be saying the same things that I've been saying. Because I've already told
you. I'm going to do a watch along.
If Jackson and Palmer don't start firing, like Maresca has said, right? I even said this before he came out and said it. If those two don't start firing, we will not make top 5. So our issue right now is the goals in the team, like you've said already.
Well, look, man, let me come to a close with this because I got to bring this up because I see this the other day and it's hilarious. Don ended up Don does his best work on X, bless him, and even No Context Fan TV clipped him up because he was giving it to Declan Rice. Oh, how are Arsenal gonna go to the Bernabeu with Declan Rice's stats? And he absolutely cooked home and away leg. I love this, man. I must admit, I did see that and I thought that was hilarious. But
do you know what? This is what pissed me off here. Because Terry put up a little clip of me saying like, "Oh, I think Real Madrid could turn it around. Like, I think there's a chance." Like, which I don't think was egregious. I didn't say like their Arsenal is shit, their players are shit. I did not say anything negative about Arsenal, other than the fact of I can see Real Madrid coming back, and Arsenal fans lost their minds, right? Some of them, yeah, like I said on the terrace, I think it's cool, like if you want to say, you were wrong, yeah. But some of them were getting so angry and upset over it, it's mad. But Don comes out here and basically just shits all over Declan Rice, shits all over him, and he doesn't get the same treatment I get.
No. You know why? It's what I'm saying. I'm gonna call you out again. I called this guy a weasel the other day, Potts. This is some weasel-like behavior right now.
Coming from Don.
Because this guy was sitting there last week on Straight Facts. Actually, was it last week? Yeah, last week, 2 weeks ago now on Straight Facts, talking about, listen, Real Madrid just need that early goal. You know what I mean? And they're going to come back into the game, right? And I was telling this guy, they do need an early goal, but for me, I think Arsenal are through, right? If I want to be shameless about Rice and rattle people on Twitter, I'll do that. But when I actually broke down the game, I said Arsenal are through. That's what I said to you.
Okay, but you said Rice and
Don't try it. Don't try it because you didn't agree. You didn't agree.
Okay, but I didn't say any of their players are yucky.
This is what you're saying. And you know, he even said Potts as well. He was like, if any Arsenal fans disagree, come speak your piece right now on that.
I gave him a platform.
He was telling everyone to come for him, right? Then he's gonna flip it to me. He's gonna flip it to me because of one person that I was being shameless about, right? You already know me on Twitter, bro. Like,
no, it doesn't involve you. You can't just say I'm shameless. You can't.
I'm a troll. I am actually. This is what I'm saying though. I know how to get these guys, bro. I've always been like that.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Hold back. Hold on. Yeah. type in. All you've got to do is go to my Twitter. Just type in Arsenal or Gooners. Yeah, you will see tweets from like 2012, 2013, even before I used to do content. Way before I used to do content of me just rapping. Yeah, you will see it for yourself. I've always done that on Twitter, and it works.
Put that coming off from Goal Zone, Dad.
Huh?
I think this is the reason. Goal Zone.
From who?
The Goal Zone.
Goal Zone.
In all caps. Lawless, we cook you more because you are a reasonable man. We can't cook Don because we know he's delusional and tapped.
I don't know. I don't know what you've been listening to. I don't know what you've been listening to yet. But I told this guy, your team is through, right? I said your team is through. And it's even funny. It's even funny because I gave Rice more prop for his performance last week. The other week,
do you want a medal, Don?
Other day, I thought first half and second half he was brilliant. Even away from the free kicks and that, he was brilliant.
Don.
Do you know what, Dan? Do you know what pisses me off about Don? Yeah, this is what he does, right? All season, like he'll shit on Saka, he'll shit on Rice, all of that. One game, he gives him praise, and he's like, "See, I gave him praise. He gave him praise. Give me
hold on. This I know you're a weasel. This I know you're a weasel though, because if you go back, people, we do this in London weekly. Go back to the earlier streams and you will see me bigging up Saka consistently, right? I was saying this season is actually performing quite well.
Backhanded compliments.
Potts, was I not propping up Saka this season more often than not, bro? Yeah? I was bigging man up week after week.
Yeah. We literally had World War III in a group chat because this guy's agenda against Saka. So let's
because of Rice. It was because of Rice.
Or Rice. Well, I think it was a bit of both. Like it started with Saka.
Don has been particularly harsh on Saka and Rice, man. He has been, but do you know what? They cooked, man. So that's all I care about.
I'm just saying, I've never said. I've never said, right, when I make these predictions and that, I don't shit on Arsenal. I don't say this player's crap, this player's not good enough. I don't say he's shit, he's yucky. I don't make inflammatory statements about.
But hold on, Lewis. Listen to what I just said. Listen to what you just said. You said yucky, right? Look at these grown men crying at me saying yucky. You know what I mean? They need to remember, bro. I'm not bro. I'm a shameless brother, bro. I'm gonna do these things. The role that Rice played the other day. Listen, me and Roms gets it as well from Liverpool fans, yeah, because he's fucking shameless on Twitter, and he makes so many people bite.
Nah, do you know what you are, Don?
When you see my tweets, just scroll past them. Yeah, that Declan Rice tweet is still up there. People can have it up there, bro. Some people even be racist over Declan Rice. They're calling me an N-word. They're calling me that over Rice, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's disgraceful. I agree. That's disgraceful. Yeah, like I said, no grown men should be getting angry over someone's opinion. However, what I'm just saying, Don, do you know what you are? You're that guy that will come out and say some bullshit, yeah, and say something. As soon as he gets cooked, he puts the little fishing line emoji, like all fishing, right? When you knew, like it undoes everything.
But Lewis, all I do is this, yeah, because I know it's gonna go off. All I do is this, yeah. I'll just throw the little hook in. I'll wait for the people to buy it. They buy it. I'll pull it. I look at my phone. I just laugh to myself. Now, when I saw these lot cooking me on that, I honestly found it hilarious. Like, I wasn't rattled and thinking, oh my God, they've got me. I was like, okay, you lot got me. Cool. Fair enough. But I will be back. Yeah. Because football's a humbler. You know what I mean? I will be back, bro. And I'm telling you, I'm going to crash it on guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? That tweet is going to stay up. It's going to stay up because I've been caught in it. I got bagged.
Listen, you two could go all night. We have got to stop. We have got to come to a close. But you know what? It's been a lit stream as ever. Deji wasn't able to jump on. He's been stuck in doing loads of stuff today, and D wasn't about. So it's been the three of us. But you know what? It's been fun. And big up to both these guys, man. Make sure you're following both these, man. Make sure you're following Greasy Don on all socials and Don CFC. On YouTube, link in the description, and Lawless Live as well, West Ham Fan TV, where you can see Lawless as well. Make sure you're sorting out D and Deji as well, man. Deji Spurs and D Palace back in the next podcast. And do you know what? We're going to send you over to Hassam, who I don't know what he's doing at the moment. He's ranting and raving about something. So we're going to send you over there. We'll do... Well, I mean, ranting and raving because it's a Sam. Do you know what I'm saying? But go and say, what should we say? Hashtag slot out, because that's what you said right at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Hashtag slot out.
Hashtag Wilson Fisk out. That's what you should say, bro. Wilson Fisk.
There you go, bro. There you go. So let's do that over there. Go show him some love, and we're gonna get out of here, people. Hit the like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. We're out.